Prue struggled to recall happy childhood memories. She fought for nostalgia as her feet once more trod the soil of her birth, both as a human then as a wolf. All she felt was nausea. She'd discarded her childhood as easily as she'd tossed her humanity. All she had left were vague memories. A screaming mother. Fighting siblings. So many siblings, faces and names all blurs. A father who always reeked of soured whiskey and who was heavy-handed with his belt. Constant hunger in her belly. She shook her head, brushing the cobwebs from her mind. They weren't worth remembering. She crossed the street to another row of booths, looking around aimlessly. 3 little ball-jointed dolls in a glass display case caught her attention. These were collector's items, not toys for children to play with and ruin. The dolls were little children dressed up for Halloween in exquisitely detailed costumes. The faces and hair were realistic-looking, little replicas of real life. She almost expected them to blink, to giggle, to move on their own. She drifted closer to the booth, standing right in front of it. She never took her eyes off those hauntingly beautiful dolls. Childhood memories frozen in porcelain. Like the dolls, dearie. Win them in a raffle. Only $5 a ticket. Helps out the fireman. A middle-aged lady with grey streaks in her ponytail shook a roll of tickets in Prue's face. Prue took an involuntary step back, blinking and shifting her focus onto the lady. A sense of déjà vu hit her and she was swept back to her childhood. The woman was a dead ringer for her old teacher in the local one-room schoolhouse. Mrs. Fisk had been a strict but fair schoolmarm. Most of the kids liked her. Prudence often was on the receiving end of Mrs. Fisk's switch. Neither teacher nor student had liked each other very much. This raffle lady had to be one of her descendants, a great-great-granddaughter or something like that. I've never seen dolls that detailed. They're almost lifelike. They should be in some high-end store, not a prize at a fair. I thought the same when I first saw them. Lucas is such a talented boy. He refurbished these from a thrift shop. He should have just sold them on eBay. His cousin Rosie said he insisted on donating them to the raffle when she dropped them off. The lady shook her head. The dolls have been a big help. These tickets sell like hotcakes. We just might be able to get that new equipment after all. Prudence tuned her out as she prattled on. A boy created such a treasure from junk. She wondered what kind of person this artist who created such beauty was. Trash turned into art. She wanted to meet him. She was tempted to swipe the dolls, but they were at the back of the booth, under glass. And the lady watched them like a hawk. Too much trouble. But if an opportunity presented itself, she'd be ready to pounce. You look really familiar. Are you related to a Mrs. Fisk? The lady blinked, taken aback. Fisk is my maiden name. I'm a king. She looked up from her tickets, giving Prudence a long, hard look. You look familiar, too. She squinted. I swear, I've seen you before. But I know you're not from around here. I know all the locals. Her voice took on a touch of pride. Oh, I was born here, but I haven't been back in ages. Left plenty of family, though. The Piper's still around. There's a few. You've got the look of a Piper. They still causing trouble? Never stopped. Prudence laughed. She liked the lady. Maybe she'd let the old but keep her dolls, as a favor to the very late Mrs. Fisk. What did you say your name was? I didn't. It's Prudence. Prudence Piper. The lady's grey brows rose nearly up to her hairline in shock. Prue smiled, a mischievous glint in her eyes. Something wrong with that name. You don't know who Prudence Piper was? Prue shook her head. The lady rambled on. Whoever in your family named you has a sense of humor. Prudence Piper is something of a local legend. She leaned forward to stage whisper. She was a notorious girl. A bootlegger during Prohibition. Rumor has it she had ties to the mafia. Al Capone's sweetheart. Prudence laughed at that. I'm not so sure about that last part. But I bet the rest is true. Well-behaved women rarely make history, after all. She sounds like a fun gal. She gave the dolls one last look then drifted away.